What's up, you guys? You're welcome to the Pop Culture Parrot. Please don't forget to like, to subscribe, to turn on your post notifications so you get notified each time I post. So, if you don't know, now you know that Megan Thee Stallion in the past week dropped her collab Never Play with BTS's RM. So the song was a really hyped song. It would go on to chart number 36 on the Billboard 100. And people had a lot of criticisms about how you get a BTS collab and still go number 36 on Billboard. Because when the song was announced, the hotties were certain that the record would go number one, which it obviously did not. But I feel you can't predict a number one song before streaming data is out. At least first or second day streaming data is out. First and second day sales are out, and you know how the song is going to perform. You don't just predict that a song is going to go number one off the power of the artists. Sometimes you can. For example, if Taylor Swift and Beyonce come out with a collab, you know it's going number one. But I feel that doesn't work with Megan Thee Stallion and RM because they are both big artists, but they're not the charting machines that we believe they are. Especially Megan. I think Megan is being placed on a high pedestal that she hasn't gotten to simply because she has beef with Nicki. And we just have to face the truth. There are a good three female rappers that are more successful than Megan Thee Stallion. So I don't understand why she's continuously being held to this pedestal of having to go number one with everything she drops. But anyways, Megan would announce after the release of Never Play that the song would become SmackDown's official theme song and share that she's ready to make her SmackDown debut. And I got to see one of the funniest tweets I've seen in a long time where people were saying that her former stylist would be so good for the job of her WWE debut. Because if you know, Megan Thee Stallion used to dress like a wrestler. Sometimes, a little bit here and there, but it was a lot more prominent before. So yeah, this is the video that was attached under the tweet that made me completely lose it. So that was Megan the wrestler. Anyways, Nicki Minaj revisits the cocaine allegations, which for the purpose of this video would refer to it as white powder. Nicki Minaj revisits the white powder allegations. And if you remember, last year or so, she sued a certain very, very nosy blogger who had alleged that Nicki Minaj was using/doing the white powder. Nicki Minaj won the case against the nosy blogger and in a recent Twitter space would state that she had to take a hair follicle test in her case against a blogger who claimed she was doing the white powder. The hair follicle test was negative and Minaj won the case and the blogger cannot mention Minaj negatively again. And I'm happy when things like this happen because I think it's time for certain people to be put in their place who think they can say things without repercussions, without consequences, and go on to defame and harm the reputation of someone for some views and some likes. Doing the white powder is a very serious allegation that could possibly do damage to her career. So I'm really happy that she did not sit back and take this lightly and actually pursued legal action. I hope a lot more people will be getting handed cases left, right, and center whenever they lie against her name. And it's not just Nicki, it's musicians in general, it's artists in general who have bloggers spreading information, misinformation that could be detrimental to their careers and take legal action against these people. So that's that. I'm happy that Nicki has cleared her hands and her name off of that mess. In other news, Nicki continues to troll Jay-Z. If you remember, when Kendrick was chosen as the headliner for the Super Bowl, Jay-Z's minions came out to say that Jay-Z is not responsible for choosing the halftime show. And it was already common knowledge that Jay-Z had a hand in choosing who headlines the Super Bowl halftime show. And while we were not sure whether he had the final say or he had the complete and total authority or jurisdiction to decide who headlines the show. We knew he had a hand in these things. And the people on Twitter started to deny and say Jay-Z has no final say in choosing the headliners of these shows, only for Jesse Collins, the Super Bowl halftime show producer, to reveal that Jay-Z is indeed responsible for choosing the annual halftime acts. Where it stated that since we've been on board with the show, he's made it every year and he's been amazing. He's always picked right. And Nicki Minaj would just drop a laughing emoji under the tweet, obviously clowning Jay-Z and the clowns that believe that he had no hand in choosing the halftime show. So it seems that Nicki is not taking her foot off his neck anytime soon. And you know, once Nicki starts, she doesn't stop until she wants to. In other pop culture news, Addison Rae makes her first Billboard Hot 100 appearance with her single, Diet Pepsi. And I'm so happy for Addison because a lot of people have hate for Addison, but I feel I'm seeing her kind of evolve out of being a TikTok star to being a genuine music artist, to being a good music artist. And there's significant growth in her music from a single Obsessed till Diet Pepsi. You can see that she's working and she's putting in the work that's required of her to be the star that she intends to be, able to be the pop sensation that she intends to be. I personally feel Diet Pepsi is a really good song, and if you haven't listened to it, please go listen to it and tell me your opinions on it in the comment section below. Just let me know what you think, but I personally think it's a really good song. It's obviously Lana Del Rey inspired, but there's genuinely no harm in taking inspiration from someone and making good music. So we are so happy for Addison. Hopefully she works on her outfits to this award shows, because that's a whole nother conversation. But those outfits need work, and it's no shade whatsoever. In other news, JT and Young Miami are seemingly on good terms again. If you don't remember, they had some issues and had a public scuffle on Twitter, so everyone assumed they were not on good terms. But recently, we saw on Young Miami's story, she was in attendance of JT's latest show or last show in Houston, and was having a time of her life, was having fun, was turning up. And we really hope that they have settled things between themselves, because they were a really cool group that gave us some really good bangers. So we are praying and we are hoping that they just talked it out. So in other news, Cardi B is being sued by the owner of the house that she filmed her music video for, like, what? A new court document obtained by TMZ, the owner of the property, featured heavily in Cardi's Like What's music video, which Offset directed, is alleging the twosome lied about their filming plans, leading the homeowner to give them free use of the man's. As the plaintiff put it in the docs, Cardi, Offset, and their team knew that they would have to shell out a chunk of change to film at the prestigious Beverly Hills residence for a music video. So instead, reps of the couple told the owner an unnamed client hoped to film a TikTok video at their home. Based on this information, the homeowner says he let them use the property, which was previously rented by Justin Bieber and featured in a Logan Paul music video, for basically free, foregoing the usual short-term rental fee. The owner says had he known the truth, he would not have waived the rental costs. Home is prominently featured throughout the entire Like What music video, which has been uploaded to YouTube and has aimed 27 million views in 6 months, meaning Cardi and Offset have definitely profited off the footage. The owner of the mansion is seeking damages in the excess of $35,000. So that's basically it. Apparently, Cardi did not pay for using the space that she used for the Like What music video. Cardi will, however, respond to this by posting a receipt of $4,500, while also claiming that she paid $10,000 in cash. So she paid $14,500 in total, $4,500 in a transfer, and $10,000 in cash. And I feel that's one of the downsides about paying money in cash. It's the fact that there's usually no proof of payment, and it could be dangerous in certain cases. So we don't know who is telling the truth, because the owners of the house are stating that they were only told it was for a TikTok video, causing them to reduce the cost of the rental, not knowing it was to film a music video, which would obviously make Cardi a substantial amount of money. So Cardi is stating that she paid $4,500, and we just have to wait for the court to decide. But I think it's just quite ironic that this news is coming out at a time when Body Gang and Cardi fans were intimating that Nicki is broke and she's in debt, and that's why she's going on a second leg of a tour, and she has to pay up her mystery debts that she probably doesn't even know about. I honestly don't believe either of these women are broke, to be very honest. Especially Nicki, who has grossed almost 100 million, if not over $100 million since they started touring. How much debt could she possibly be in that $100 million would not cover up for? Or let's say she takes home 60 or $70 million out of it. What debts could Nicki possibly owe that doesn't cover up? The tweet aside, I think Cardi had a really funny reaction to the news coming out as she said she was going to put on her litigation slash her lawyer wig and pop out and show them. But that was not even the funny part. It was her reaction on Twitter Spaces that had me rolling and hollering.
Just give me my money. Just give me my money. You ain't getting shit. You ain't getting shit, bitch. The fuck?
And I feel that's one of the things I have to give credit to Cardi for. She's extremely funny. I feel she would make a better comedian than even a rapper. And she's not by any stretch a bad rapper. But I think she would also make just as good as a comedian, if not better. But that's about it for today. Please don't forget to like, to subscribe, to turn on your post notifications so you get notified each time I post. Thank you.